contestant number 5, Matthew Perlis. Never too late. Never too late. Matthew Perlis.
It's never too late. A phrase we may often hear, but perhaps we don't grasp its full understanding. The ability to humble yourself in order to gain new information or learn a new skill for your own personal growth is something that I find very important. Allow me to use my mother as an example. When she deemed that a computer programming degree wasn't enough to help raise 3 growing boys, she said it's never too late and went right back to school. And between parenting and studying, she found immense success, as she now holds a master's degree within the field of nursing and is currently a manager for the Veterans Affairs in West Palm Beach, Florida. But I can see it in your eyes. You're not all quite convinced of the power that this phrase holds. So allow me to share with you some personal experiences of mine as to why I feel the phrase, "it's never too late," is so important. My confreres, I love where I currently work. I'm currently a post-closing shipper for a mortgage company in Boca Raton, Florida. Every day, via the mail, mountains upon mountains of packages arrive at my feet. And it's my job to rip them apart, sift through all the documents, make sure everything's in the correct order, and of course, make sure all the documents and signatures are executed. Basically, this lovely pair of eyes is the last thing your mortgages and notes will see before they're magically whisked away to their end investor. Now, I've been at this job for 5 years now, so much so that I could do it with my eyes closed and a hand tied behind my back. But there lies an impasse. Do I continue doing what I've been doing for the last 5 years, just cruising along? Or do I perhaps carve out a new road for myself with new obstacles and new challenges, like going back to school or perhaps finding a new job? An opportunity, though, presented itself last summer. The mountains upon mountains were getting too large for little old me. It was deemed that we would be hiring 2 new post-closing shippers, and it was my job to train them. Now, I had never been formally trained on how to train somebody, but it's never too late. And so little by little, bit by bit, I taught them everything that I knew. What my day-to-day operations are like, how I resolve certain conflicts, who to reach out to when the conflicts are much larger than myself, and of course, what time of the day to visit the water cooler for the crispest taste of water that you will ever have. 5 years of knowledge I imparted onto them, and the success has begun to show. And in 2024, via a company-wide call, the president and CEO of our company personally thanked us, the post-closing shippers, because of how fast, because of how efficient we were at delivering, leading to the most profitable quarter of all of 2024. And on a personal note, guys, this coming June, I will finally be promoted to a team lead position at my job. Now, it isn't just in the workplace that this phrase can take shape. No, it can manifest in our everyday lives. Ladies and gentlemen, let me sweep you off your feet real quick, and let's travel back in the past. It's now the distant past. It is now the year 2020. We are in lockdown. For some of us, it was abysmal. But for myself, I was living it up. Between Uber Eats and DoorDash, I was living like a king. But perhaps I indulged just a little too much, because I ate, and I ate, and I ate, and I ate myself all the way to the emergency room. In summer of 2020, after one bad Sonic cheeseburger, I was sitting in the emergency room being told I was experiencing diabetic ketoacidosis. I was in diabetic shock, and then I was further diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. My world sank. I knew my health was poor, but I never realized how far I had truly fallen. I hit rock bottom, but I knew that I would not let this be the end of Matthew Perlis. And so little by little, bit by bit, I worked to fix those bad habits I once had. I've never been the biggest fan of exercising, as you can tell, but it's never too late to start. And now I regularly walk around my neighborhood, and I've taken the next step, and I've gotten my gym membership. I've never been the biggest fan of dieting, as you can tell, but it's never too late to start. And now I watch what I eat, I maintain my portions, and I've committed a cardinal sin as an Asian. I've given up some cups of rice. But the success here has also begun to show. I'm currently 80 pounds lighter than when I first started my initial weight loss journey. And although the road to my ideal health is miles and miles away, I know little by little, bit by bit, I will reach my health goals. To conclude, fellow Toastmasters, the situations may change, but the phrase will always remain the same. It's never too late. Whether you're 9 or you're 99, all that matters is that first difficult step forward that you take. And the progress you make thereafter, it doesn't have to be seen by everybody. It just has to be meaningful and impactful to yourself. So, whether you were thinking about going back to school, perhaps going for that promotion, how's everyone's New Year's resolutions coming along? Perhaps even coming up on stage and delivering a speech. It's never too late. Contest Master.